Alright, students, this is the second video for the Desmos Art Project, so we'll call it Part 2 here. Okay, so what it is I want to show, help you get an idea. If you're totally without ideas about what to do, you want a real basic one, let me show you what you can do. Let's show you on Desmos. So this is the kind of thing, this is sort of what we created with our paper folding activity with the patty paper. You can create this with not too much effort on Desmos if you know what you're doing. Okay, and you will know what you're doing because I'm going to help you out. So what it is basically these are all straight lines. Okay. Now a straight line can be written in slope-intercept form. So if we draw this on graph paper, we should be able, once we find one equation, we should be able to figure out a pattern and find the rest of them and copy and paste and just change the slopes and the y-intercepts and adjust them so it makes this pattern. So each one of these is an individual line. There's about 15 lines, but it doesn't take too much time once you know what you're doing. And once you get handy with copy and paste. So let's jump into it. Let's take a look here. If you had a graph paper set up, the way you're going to do this on graph paper is, I did that one with 15, but we'll do this one with 20. I numbered from 20 to 20, and I'm going to connect the 20 up here. Let's get rid of that. All right. The 20 at the top with the 1 on the bottom. There you go. From 20 to 1. Now if this thing will stop auto-focusing. Sorry guys. There we go. Maybe it'll stay like that. Okay, so that's one line. And that has a negative slope. And if you did the rise and the run, you can figure that out. It went down 20 and across 1. So your slope would be negative 20. And you can tell what the y-intercept is because it crosses right there. So the next line will go from 19 to 2. So think about where you're going down, how far you're going down, how far you're going across. That will tell you your slope for that one. It doesn't look too good yet, but if we connect 18 with 3, and 17 with 4, and 16 with 5, this slowly starts to curve. It doesn't look like it yet, okay? But that's the basics. 20 went to 1, so you can find the slope. Down 20 across 1. 19 went to 2, you can find the slope. 17 went, so on and so on and so on. So slope and y-intercept, and all you need is y equals mx plus b. Your slope and your y-intercept. And so what you would do in Desmos is you'd add in a whole bunch of different equations. Okay? So let's go back to Desmos, and what I would do is I'd go new blank graph, and we'd graph like our first one. Let's zoom this over here, so we're zoomed out to 20. There we go. Zoom in a little more and drag it over here. There we go. Get just about right. So we want to go down to 20 to about 1. So we said y equals negative 20x plus 20. Oh, whoops, I left the y out. Okay. So there's your line right there. Now, the next one, you'd throw in the next equation, then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. I'll leave that for you to do. One other thing I'll tell you is, though, you don't want this line probably going forever. So, since it only needs to go from there to there, for this one, I only need to go from 0 to 20 on the y-axis. That way it only shows me from that part. Same thing, the next one would only need to go up to 19. The one after that would only need to go up to 18 because it would stop at 18. Okay. So think about this, and then think about what all you would have to do then, copy and paste this. Bingo. Well, that's the same line. But you would now shift change that slope and change that y-intercept to get your next line. And if you're wondering, what is the slope and y-intercept? Well, go back to your graph. Think about how far you went down, how far you went across. That's your slope for the second line. Third line, how far you go down, how far across. Fourth line, how far down, how far across. Because that's all slope is. Slope is simply rise over run. And keep in mind, if you're going this way, all your rises will be down. You're going down for all of them. All right, so try it out, play around with it, and once you get the hang of it, I'm sure if you really do get the hang of it, you can make something spectacular, something far beyond what this one is. I look forward to seeing what you create, and we'll play around with the computer some more on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone.